I decided to make some more Halloween resin jewelry, and it is a fun DIY, and today we're making a spider sack. So what I did is I have my UV resin and I put a layer down into the mold first. And I'll have more information about this listed down in the description and the materials that I used. So I did a quick layer and then just made sure to get it to all of the edges and behind where that little nub is, so there's a hole to put a jump ring. Just make sure you get it everywhere, and the edges can be a little bit tricky. Then I put it under the UV light to cure it. And you really just want to get it hardened so that you can move on to the next step. And that's when I broke out some multi-surface paint in wicker white. With a thin paintbrush, all I did was kind of just make some white squiggles all over the mold and tried to get it to the edges, and then I put a layer of UV resin on it. Very thin layer, just like the first one. Put it under the light to cure it. Once it was cured, I brought out the brush again and the paint and put another layer of squiggles on there. And it's just to try to give it some depth because I'm doing multiple layers of the UV resin between painting these squiggles. And a spider might know what they're doing, but to me it just looks like a big old jumble, like a spider sack. Once I got another layer down in there, I put little red dots in there, so it looks like, you know, blood. This is Halloween jewelry after all, so we got to have it a little bit creepy, a little bit spooky. And okay, my understanding is they wrap the webs around their prey, so it's reasonable to assume that there would be some red in there. Then I took another thin layer of the UV resin and again got it to the edges and made sure I have a full layer over there. Then I put it under the light, cured it, and then of course a little more of the white, and that adds a layer to where it looks like the red is kind of buried under these wispy white tendrils. So I just kept going until I really felt comfortable with it. Then I broke out my nail stickers. And with the nail stickers, I started adding spiders, and I started adding a lot of spiders all over. And all I did was peel it off, put it down on there, and then I just made sure it was adhered. So it wasn't like I did 1, 2, or 3 spiders. I just kept going because I really wanted it to look like there were a bunch of spiders in the spider sack. I don't know if there's like 8 or 9 on there. But then when I did feel like I had enough, I put another layer of resin over it. And by the way, stick around to the end because there's going to be a bit of a surprise. And I got the resin all the way to the edges, and again behind that little nub that creates the hole, and then I cured it. Once it was cured, I started adding the little spider web stickers over it just to give it another layer of that white. And obviously the stickers look a little more organized than what I was painting, so it gives it another layer of depth with that white. So again, I just put them down, added the spiders, rubbed it down, and just let it take on a creepy spidery world of its own. And then when that was on there, I added a few more spiders for good measure because really you can never have enough spiders. And then once I finally got that last one on there, of course, I added some more resin. And for some reason, my camera doesn't want to focus on my weird spider, so it didn't. And then I used a toothpick just to make sure everything had gotten down to the edges and behind where it needed to go. Then I put it under the UV light again. Once the final cure happened, I took out the piece, just like that, comes right out, and I just snipped any pieces that might be a little bit raised or a little bit funny, and then I just took a nail file and smoothed out the edges. When everything was smooth, I took my jump ring, opened it up, and put it into the hole, used some little tweezers, needle nose tweezers, to close it back up, and there it is. It looks great. I love the way it looks, but hold on, don't click away yet because I have more, because this is not the final. So I like the way it looks. It's fun, and here you can see it with a blue background and then the white background where the white kind of blends in. But now look at it. The nail stickers are glow in the dark, and here they are. The one on the left is how it looked when it was glowing in the dark, and then when I put like a black light on it, that's the right one. And look at them. Look how cool they look. They just are Amazing. So you could be walking around on Halloween or pre-Halloween and just have this really cool charm. If you like these, hang on for a second because I have a couple more quick jewelry DIYs that I think you are going to enjoy if you haven't seen them yet. My grandson wanted to make some earrings for his sister. He started by putting the UV resin into the mold and curing it under the light, then added some pigment powders and another layer of the UV resin. Once that was all spread around, he cured it again, then added these adorable jellyfish nail stickers. Once those were on there, he added one more layer, cured it. We added a jump ring on the earring hooks, and now they are a beautiful set of earrings. And his sister loved them. It was my granddaughter's turn to take a shot at the UV resin. She put a little resin in the mold, cured it. She put some white shimmery pigment powders in there and then some blue. And then we mixed some of the UV resin with sand and she added that as well. And then put a layer of UV resin on it and spread it around, and then she cured it again. She wanted to add nail stickers, so she did a starfish, some shells, some coral, and put another layer of UV resin on top of it, spread it out so it was nice and smooth, and then cured it again. Then she popped it out. We added the jump rings and the earring findings, and she has these beautiful beachy earrings. She was so impressed, she even thought it looked like it came out of a store. My grandson tried his hand at making a UV pendant for Halloween, starting with a thin layer of UV resin and then adding some pigment powder, sealing it with some more resin, and then adding some skull nail stickers. It's definitely looking spooky. Once that was on, he added a final layer of UV resin, cured it, and here it is. It looks totally amazing. We're going to do some fun glow-in-the-dark stuff. For this one, I took my bookmark mold and I added a layer of resin. I added a temporary tattoo of a ghost. I mixed some glitter with the UV resin, put some dots on there of that, and then I added another thin layer of resin. Once that was finished, I pulled out the bookmark and I added a little tassel that came with the whole set, and it looks super cute. Now I have this as a little ghosty bookmark, but you can certainly do like a gift tag or lots of different things. Either way, it's quite fun and it glows in the dark. What could be better than that? Here's a classic mummy coaster. This is where all I did was take a coaster mold. I added some black resin into it, and then I took some masking tape, put it on the front, added some googly eyes, a little more masking tape, and then another layer of resin. And then all of a sudden I had this super cute mummy coaster. So many fun projects, so little time. Remember, you can pick up my free resin guide. I'll have a link to it down in the description. Be sure to pick that up. And as always, all the directions to my projects, you can find that over at craftklotch.com. It's a full resource with all kinds of projects and all kinds of fun. I hope you liked today's project, and if you would like to see some more, check some out over here. I'll definitely see you next time. Remember, life's too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter, and I'll catch you over there.